Let's do it.
I read that one of the reasons the pair of you enjoy working together is because you push each other, you kind of push the best out of each other. Could you expand on this a little bit and explain why it makes for such a fruitful relationship?
Because we have very healthy egos, we're very competitive. Everything we've accomplished in our life has been through struggle and overcoming the odds and just not willing to settle for second best. And rarely do you get those two kinds of personalities together. So when you see, for example, when Muhammad Ali fights anybody, it's okay. When he fights Joe Frazier, everybody has to see that because they know it's two indomitable forces. And out of that can only become a great scenario, a great scene, period.
Yeah, I think that, the competitiveness really pays off. I remember that in the 80s, when the action genre started getting going, and we were very competitive. As a matter of fact, one time in the mid-'80s, we ran into each other, and I said to Sly, I think that on Commando, I killed more people than you did on Rambo. And he says, oh, absolutely not. He said, I killed 97 people. I said, well, I killed, yeah, you're right, 93 I only killed. I said, okay, you want this one. Next movie, I said, I'm going to kill more people. He said, but the next movie comes around, he said, I will be killing over 100. So I said, don't worry, you're never going to catch her. So this is how it went, with who has more muscles, who has bigger guns, who can shoot more people, who can kill more, who can kill people more in the most unique way.
Who gets paid by the bullet.
Exactly, yeah. And who gets it's more in the box office and all of this. It was just competitive all the way around.
And please turn off your recordings and don't write it down. This is off the record. But when I came to America 44 years ago, Sly was my English teacher. So blame him for everything.
Yo, hey. That's good. Gee, we should have a spelling bee someday. We're really going to be amazing.
Where did you guys meet? Do you remember, when was the first time you two met?
I remember him at the Golden Globes. That's right. We remember. And I said, who is this guy? It's like as big as the whole table. Kind of like rain on my parade. So Rocky wins Best Picture, and it said Best Newcomer. And I'm like, gee, Jesus. And he keeps staring at me and getting bigger and bigger. And then finally, he goes, Best Newcomer, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I go, come on, no one's going to. It's a joke, no one has a name like that. Dude, over, flash in the pan. And then, of course, I went, congratulations, hope you fail. Like, I didn't need the competition. Then Rocky won for Best Picture after he had won for Best Director. And I jumped up like an idiot. I'll never forget. There was a bowl of flowers, you remember? And I said I had to do something to get reaction out of this guy. And I throw the flowers up in the air and land on his shoulders. And I was laughing all over the table and he just went, oh my God. I can just see him saying like, am I gonna cross-pollinate this guy? So that's how we met the first time, was at that Golden Globes Award.
I remember when you threw the flowers, and the only other reason why I remember it is because your mother came over to me and she said to me, you look like a piano mover. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. I love it. But anyway, so here we are, we're working together on this film. Then right after that we did the Doom. Which was the first movie which we just finished a few weeks ago, and so it has really been terrific.
That's a great film.
Now be able to do this films. And also it's great for me to be back again, from there's some people that say Arnold was gone from acting 8 years. I said, well, there's other people like the critics that say he was never in acting in the first place. It's okay, right? You can handle it.
We can take it.
That's great.
I should have been the Terminator, but Terminators don't have crooked mouths and droopy eyes and speak with a slur, so I don't fit. Who would make a robot that looked like me? Seriously, who would make a cyborg that looked like me? So Arnold was literally the perfect choice for that. And I guess, you know what I mean? Seriously, I'm that kind of street character, and Arnold's a futuristic character, and it was perfect casting. Just, it doesn't happen by accident. Or would you not agree?
I agree.
I thought he'd be back.
But I always wanted to be in that movie that Sly did, Mama Don't Shoot, or what
Oh,
was
you know what? And I wanted to be pregnant, okay?
What was the name of Mama Don't
Hey,
Shoot?
did you have a baby in a movie? Why don't you shut up? What is wrong with you? Shut up already.
It's on.
I love that movie because, I mean, I saw Sly in diapers. I mean, to me, that was a classic. Because it was
I saw
can
you
see
giving
myself.
birth in Junior. What are you,
That was
crazy?
great. It was a great movie.
I would
Very
much rather be in love with my mother
I
than
was
have birth.
laughing so much from the beginning to the end. I said, I want to be in diapers too.
Do you get the relationship now? You get it?
That's the one, the role I was most jealous of.
And I thought he wasn't competitive. Arnold, even though he has big arms, he has a bigger brain. And he's very, very good man to know. He's very smart, very competitive, never lets down. I mean, if I'm tired, he's not gonna quit either. I mean, it's just we are very, very similar in many ways. And it's fantastic that it was almost like Ali and Fraser. It's like, we just came along at the right time. We're in the same business. We're head to head. So when we were competing against each other, we would create, I guess, fantasies in our mind to make us work harder. But then you get older, you get wiser, and you realize, basically, thank God for Arnold, because he made me work harder. He may not feel the same way, and I don't care. But this is the way I feel.
Well, first of all, let me just say that Sly was one of my great inspirations.
Here we go.
Even though we were very competitive.
Yes, we were.
And so was with Harrison Ford, or Mel Gibson, and others that were on the top in their career in the 80s. And they were inspirations for me because I wanted to climb up to that ladder, and I wanted to be up there. And so, that competition developed kind of organically. And then all of a sudden, it was kind of the competition who has bigger muscles and who is using bigger guns, who is killing people in the most efficient way, who is killing more people in every one of the movies. And we will be calling each other and says, I killed 49 people, how about you? And Sly will call me and says, well, I just killed 78 people in this movie, and this is how it will go. And so it was kind of a competition.
It's true.
It never, ever was a time where, I did not have the utmost respect for him, and I admired him. Because Sly is, for me, not only in show business, an idol, but also in so many other things. I mean, if you think of his art, when you think of him as a painter, now you don't have to act now kind of like shy, because that's not you.
You're gonna make me cry.
But I mean, he's an extraordinary painter, and I watched him paint, and I have, of course, some of his paintings. And he's unbelievable, and in music he's so talented, in producing and directing and writing and acting, and so multi-talented. So when you talk about what do we talk about? There's so many different subjects to talk about when we're not making a movie.
I think
when
you're a lot.
out at his house, or when he's coming over my house, or just we're hanging out and traveling around. And I know.
Oh, you're killing me.
He gets very uncomfortable when he talks.
Oh, it's my turn. You're better at chess. You're better at this. You're better at that. You're better at politics. You're better at everything.
Okay, we understand. You're tough. You don't have a warm side in you. Okay, we understand. So anyway, there's a great guys, and that's what made it fun for me to hang out with them on a personal level, and to also work with them on movies.
Yeah. It's the truth,
Competition was stiff in the 80s.
It was.
I think we can all agree that in 2014, it's not so stiff now, is it, fellas?
Hey! What? Speak for yourself, pal. This is one of the biggest travesties that our representation couldn't come up with all the script writers at the golden age of action. They came up with words, cross-dressing cops. He's a mouse, I'm a dog, or whatever. We're warring neighbors, fighting over a leaf blower. You name the dumbest situations, they couldn't come up with, he belongs here, I belong there, and we're just coming together and we join forces. No one can put that together. Isn't that weird? Yeah, here we are now. at this particular day and age, doing it ourselves, basically. We did this. We actually engineered this situation. But it's very, very odd. The golden opportunity was there, and so we just had to take advantage of it on our own.
It's an honor for us to present the award for Best Foreign Film.
Weil Englisch für uns eine Fremdsprache ist.
What the hell does that mean?
That means because English is for both of us a foreign language.
You're right about that, big fella. Okay, anyway, the nominees, you said, I can't be as bad as you, really.
Trust
Seriously.
me.
Trust me.
Trust me.
Serious. You're horrible.
You're worse
No,
than...
I'm serious. You've been here how long? It's embarrassing, really.
Why don't you read?
Okay, forget about it.
You and Arnold, I don't know, say you're in a bar, something goes down. In real life, who's tougher?
I'll give him the nod.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'm saying that, but I'll give him the nod.
Never would have expected to see as an adult, and one of them is like you and Arnold Schwarzenegger carving pumpkins together.
How about that?
Like being goofy together. I always had the impression when I was younger that there was like a real competition between you guys.
I used to dream about beating him up, and he used to dream about punching me out too.
Yeah.
That's his nature, and that's my nature, and I'm not trying to make light of this. He got there because he knew how to psych out the competition, and he also backed it up with hard work. I always felt the same way. It was good though, it's great. To have that kind of adversarial person instigating you, pushing you, seriously, you need that. I think people say, oh, make friends with everyone. I say, no, good enemy. That keeps you on your toes too.
What would you say that your biggest regret is in your career?
Something my mom would shoot. You sit there and you go, okay, I was on drugs. It had to be. Someone put LSD in my toothpaste. This can't possibly have happened. I think I did it because I was trying to get back at Arnold. I heard he was going to do it, so I said, I'm going to do it. And then he went, I tricked you.
This rivalry between you and Arnold Schwarzenegger, was that real? Was that?
Man, that was authentic. I came face to face with him the night of the Golden Globes, and he's at the table. And I'm going, who is this big guy? And he goes, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, new talent of the year. I go, excuse me? Alright, so he's gloating and gloating and gloating, and then finally it's time for Rocky. And we're not getting this category. And then I lose Best Actor. I'm going, Jesus, this is a nightmare. And I see him kind of like, and then finally it was Rocky Best Picture. I managed to grab this giant bowl of flowers and heave it in his direction. And oh yeah, it had lilies and tulips. I'm telling you. And I went, okay, the gauntlet is down. And this began a 10-year battle royale.
Wow.
I mean, we couldn't stand to be in the same galaxy. Now we realize we're the same person. that's
Don't
what
tell
it was.
me you're friends.
Great friends.
You are?
Fantastic.
Sly, I just saw your knife that you have signed for charity here in Cardiff. It's unbelievable. Look at this knife. But this is not a knife. No, this is a knife. This is what we used on Predator. It's just a little larger than yours. But don't worry about it.